Friends, welcome to Dr. Ved channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor Head Veterinary Medicine. Now we are at the last part of bovine viral diarrhea and mucosal disease complex part 3. In this we will see pathological reasons, diagnosis, differential diagnosis, treatment, prevention and control of this important viral disease. In this presentation we will see pathological lesions. The characteristic lesions are hyperemia, erosions, ulcers, and necrotic lesions, and these lesions are located in GI tract, especially in buccal cavity, esophagus, rumen, and intestine. The characteristic lesions are the destruction of Peyer's patch and lymph nodes. The histopathological lesions are ballooning of the cells of stratum spinosum of glandular epithelium of intestine. Coming to the diagnosis, clinical diagnosis is really a complex problem. It is difficult to diagnose clinically because the signs of different syndrome, BVD and MD, may appear individually alone or in combination. Thus, diagnosis become difficult. The oral lesions and diarrhea are very important clinical findings, but their absence does not include bovine viral diarrhea. Laboratory diagnosis is used to confirm the disease. The samples to be collected are nasal secretions, ocular discharge, blood, spleen, lymph nodes, lungs, and the liver, and some of the parts of the intestine. The steps are identification of the agent in cell culture. There is non-cytopathic virus in cell culture from blood and serum. This is the important diagnosis. In many cases, there is persistence of infection. So this persistence of virus should be confirmed by resampling at an interval of 3 weeks. Animal inoculation test is also help for isolation of the virus. Various serological tests are also used to confirm the BVD and MD. The testing of paired sera at 21 days interval from both acute and convalescent samples is also helpful. There are a number of serological tests, but the enzyme-linked immunoabsorbance assay ELISA is used for antibody testing, and virus neutralization tests are widely used. Recombinant antigen and monoclonal antibodies are recently developed tests can also be used for the diagnosis of the disease. Differential diagnosis. There are a number of diseases mentioned here which have one or other symptoms are similar to BVD and MD. So diseases required to be differentiated are vesicular diseases. There are four diseases which produce vesicles in the GI tract: rinderpest, blue tongue, papular stomatitis, malignant cattle fever, bovine viral rhinotracheitis, Jones disease, heavy intestinal parasitisms are the confusing with the diagnosis of BVDMD. These are required to be differentiated by this sample examination or the serological tests. We see here the treatment aspect. As it is a viral disease, there is no specific treatment. Because of the severe diarrhea, there is severe dehydration. Dehydration can be corrected by sufficient fluid therapy. There are all the chances bacterial infection may occur. So antibiotics are also advised to check the secondary bacterial infection. Treatment according to symptoms, symptomatic therapy, and supportive therapy to protect the animal and early recovery from the disease. Prevention and control. The primary goal of the prevention and control is removal of persistently infected animal from a herd. There is there should be screening of all cattle for disease, including calves born in the herd for 9 months after initiation of the program to find out the positive cases. Newly introduced animal should be tested for the disease before their introduction into the farm. Quarantine period of the newly purchased animal must be for 30 days. Strict management practices such as isolation, hygiene and sanitation, and other usual methods for the control of diseases. Very important thing is removal of infected breeding bulls and animals from the farm, because artificial insemination and natural insemination also cause the spread of the disease. Cattle should not be allowed to mix with sheep and goats. Vaccination is very important step for prevention of the disease. Various vaccine dose and its schedule should be followed as per the instruction from the manufacturer. The modified live BVD vaccine is not recommended for pregnant cattle or in stressed populations. The killed BVD vaccine, which is more safer for administration of even to the pregnant cattle. The calves should be vaccinated at 4 to 6 months of age and again revaccinated at 8 to 12 months of old. This will help in prevention of the disease. Friends, requested to share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students. Please subscribe the channel for the support to the channel. Thank you very much for observing the video. Next time we'll come with another new viral disease. Thanks.